Good morning. I am going to discuss about database connectivity between there is a VB.NET and there is an SQL server. So normally visual basic communication can act as one of the interface between user and the computer. It is a front end we are telling. Now we can take there is an SQL server. SQL server we can call as a back end. The main purpose of the front end is nothing but we are going to pass the input through our interface only. So packing the input and we are going to perform all the calculation can happen in our front end side. So back end side we are going to store the data and retrieve the data. So how we are going to connect as a front end and there is a back end. We have the concept is called open database connectivity. ODBC connectivity is available. So in this logical connectivity, we have the three types available. One is called the DAO, and second one is called the ADO, and third one is called the RDO. That means data access object, and second one we can call as an ActiveX data object, and third one is a remote data object. So today I am going to discuss about ADO.NET connectivity, how we are going to connect. This is the architecture of our ADO.NET. So first one, left side we have the provider object is available, right side we have the common object is available. First we are going to discuss about provider object. What are the provider objects available? The first one is nothing but connection. Here we are going to set there is a connection string for our database. All the data in our database we can call as a record set. So we are going to set there is a database connectivity path and there is a record set using our connection string. If the connection string can be succeed, then there is a database is ready to transfer the data to our front end side. And second one is nothing but command. So we are using certain command, SQL command, to perform the different type of operation. Whether I am going to insert the data, or I am going to retrieve the data, or I am going to delete the data, or I am going to update the data. And second one, data reader. We are using the data reader to read all the thing, all the data available in our database. Now take that's a data adapter contain this all the operation. One is a select command, select star from table name, or insert into table values, or update table name set certain values, or delete the command. This all the commands available in our data adapter. And we have the command builders available and all the transactions, whether we are going to send the data or receive the data, transactions available, parameters, and there is other providers. These are our provider object. Come to our common object, we have the data set is available and tables available, data rows, data view, data relation and constraint, and finally we have the other common objects are available. So we have the provider object and the common object is available. So now we move on to the connection. So the connection is nothing but it is a basic component of our ADO.NET object. So once the connection can be established, then only we are going to transfer the data from front end to our back end. So move on to the command. So here we have what are the commands available, whether we have there is a data definition language and data manipulation language and transaction control language. This all the commands are available in our command side. So now we move on to the data reader. So here, so data reader is nothing but it's a bit as a way to retrieve and examine our particular row and return response to your query as quickly as possible. So what happens? The data reader, the main work is nothing but retrieve and examine the data. Now we move on to the data adapter. So this is our data adapter. So now we take a data adapter, the query from the command object is nothing but there's a fill or update this all the thing. So now we take as a create for the open connection, fetch the data and generate the XML file of the data and fill the data into our data set, and finally we are going to close the connection. This can be performed by our data adapter. So the data adapter can perform the 5 steps. One is a connection establishment and fetch the data and generate the Excel file and fill the data into our data set, and finally we are going to close the connection. And we move on to the command builder. So it is used to save the changes made in the memory of our cache here. Okay, whether the data on our backend. So what are the changes we are making? It can be saved inside. Now there is a command builder. We have the unchanged, added, deleted, modified, and there is a detached. These are the main 5 row commands available in our command builder. Now we move on to the transaction. So transaction is object is used to execute backend transaction. That means the transactions are used to ensure the multiple changes to our database stores occurs in a single unit of the work. And we move on to the parameter. The parameter object allows the passing the recent parameter into the command object of our parameter class. Okay, thank you.